Route 66 is Greg Burdine on our journey through. Maybe I'm the tour guide or the travel guide or whatever. But anyway, just helping you as you read through these chapters. We're in the book of Acts. We're going to read chapter 15 and 16. The Jerusalem Council, and Paul starts his second missionary journey in chapter 16. Chapter 15, there was a dispute over whether Gentile believers need to follow the Jewish law, the Mosaic law, the sacrifices and the dietary things that they were supposed to eat and not eat, and all the other things. So the Jerusalem Council got together. Don't know exactly who all was involved, but we know the apostles were. Peter, Paul, James were there for sure because they spoke. All three of those affirmed that salvation is by grace through faith alone. No amount of works are necessary. They do not have to keep the Jewish laws. And so the church sent a letter to encourage unity and freedom. If you want to, fine. If you don't want to, fine. But you are under no obligation to keep any laws to stay in good graces with the church. And Paul and Barnabas, we find at the end there was a disagreement about John Mark. It appears that John Mark kind of bailed on them on their first missionary journey. Barnabas wanted to take him. Paul didn't want to take him, and so they went their separate ways. Chapter 16. So Paul begins his second missionary journey, and instead of taking Barnabas with him, he took Silas. Timothy also joined him. There's a letter to Timothy, 1st and 2nd Timothy. So Timothy was there, Silas, and Paul. God directs them, and what's interesting, they were heading one way, and God redirected them to Macedonia, which is, far away. It's toward Europe. And so they went in Philippi. A woman businesswoman by the name of Lydia was saved. A slave girl was delivered. And then they got in a little bit of trouble here before preaching. Paul and Silas were imprisoned. An earthquake freed them and eventually led to the salvation of the jailer and his house. So it's a beautiful, beautiful picture of salvation for that house. So anyway, some lessons from this reading, from these two chapters. Number one, the gospel is grace alone. It is never grace plus anything. It is grace alone. You just need to receive it. Salvation isn't tied to rituals. It's not tied to a law. It's not tied to, you get salvation and then you got to do something to keep it. No. When you receive Jesus Christ as your Savior, it is by grace through faith alone. Second lesson that we understand in this is God does guide our steps, even through closed doors. The Spirit redirects Paul to the people who God is already preparing him. So just realize this, that it's good to make plans. It's good to figure out what we want to do, but just let God work your travel plans and how you're going to go. God will guide your steps, and trust him. And a third lesson, worship in suffering opens doors for salvation. Paul and Silas, they were in prison, and you read it. What did they do? They praised God. And that testimony led directly to a whole family becoming Christians. How you react to the suffering that you go through has an impact on the people that are watching you. You may not see what it does as we find the finish of this story, but just know that as you go through suffering, non-Christians are watching you, and may they see in your life joy, peace,